On the MTN News, another contender.
I think we're due for it. I think we've earned it.
Bighorn County jumps into the running for a new state mental hospital. Also feeling the effects.
Situations like this just make it a lot more difficult for us to give people access to high quality care.
How the government shutdown's already having an impact on health care. And heading for pay dirt. A former NFL star carrying Dallas Stadium closer to its fundraising goal. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. Voters in Billings have some big decisions to make in next month's municipal election, including deciding who the next mayor will be, as well as 5 council seats. Those ballots will be sent out mid-month, but tonight voters had a chance to hear from some of the candidates.
We're so excited tonight to hear from both mayoral and city council candidates.
7 of the candidates running for city council and all 4 who are making a run for mayor appeared at a forum tonight hosted by Forward Montana and the League of Women Voters. There was also another forum hosted last week by the Yellowstone GOP.
In local election years, people just don't know the candidates as well, and we try to remind people that these are nonpartisan people who are living in our communities, who are everyday citizens who are running for office, and so we're doing our best to get all the information out there we can so people can cast an informed ballot.
We always have low voter turnout on these city council races, which is amazing to me because they have more impact on your livelihood than I would say the state or even national politics.
Again, ballots for the municipal election go out October 15th and have to be returned by Election Day, November 4th. Late registration does continue until 8 p.m. Election Day for in-person voting. The Senate will vote again tomorrow on a piece of legislation to keep the government open. Republicans would need 5 more Democrats to join them in order to pass a clean spending bill. But Democrats are insisting that the bill must reverse cuts to Medicaid and extend tax credits for health care for low-income Americans. The president issuing a warning if the government remains closed.
Well, there could be firings, and that's their fault. And it could also be other things. I mean, we could cut projects that they wanted, favorite projects, and they'd be permanently cut.
Thousands of government workers are already furloughed and now also worried about losing their positions altogether. As the shutdown continues, government websites are being bombarded by visitors, and this is part of the reason why. This is the homepage for the Custer-Gallatin National Forest. Featured prominently is a banner declaring that, quote, radical Democrats shut down the government. It goes on to say President Trump has made it clear he wants to keep the government open. Many other federal websites have similar messaging. This is the website for HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development. MTN has spoken with several government employees and political analysts who say this kind of messaging is unprecedented. Several complaints have already been filed federally alleging that that language is a violation of the Hatch Act, which prohibits federal employees from electioneering while at work.
You can blame whoever you want. Those are highly inappropriate and unprofessional posts that they're doing on social media for the agencies. They're putting on the agency web pages. It's ridiculous. It's probably some of the worst stuff I've ever seen with regard to a shutdown in terms of rhetoric and vitriol.
Many federal employees have also been encouraged to use similar language in their out-of-office email replies. Even so, not all agencies are following suit. National park websites and the Department of the Interior have messages in alignment with previous shutdowns, telling visitors that websites won't be updated during the shutdown. The shutdown's also hitting home for many when it comes to health care. Medicare has already cut off telehealth coverage, and expiring subsidies and rising costs could leave patients in rural hospitals struggling to stay afloat. Our Isabel Sparts has more from a local psychiatrist on what's at stake.
When it comes to health care, access is key.
We work with thousands of Montanans across the entire state, all 56 counties.
Dr. Eric Arzubi knows that well.
Before telehealth, patients often had to drive 3, 4, 5 hours for a half-hour visit.
As the CEO of Frontier Psychiatry in Billings, his practice solely sees thousands of patients over telehealth, something that spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic. But the looming government shutdown is putting that at risk.
Situations like this just make it a lot more difficult for us to give people access to high-quality care. And it's difficult enough on a regular day.
Democrats and Republicans can't come to an agreement on a bill to fund the government. And one of the first things to go, telehealth covered by Medicare.
The longer Medicare doesn't pay for these things, the more vulnerable these services become in general.
The loss means fewer patients getting access to the care they need and providers not getting reimbursement.
It's possible that these subsidies and these financial supports will go away, which means that families will probably see a doubling of the cost of their health insurance premiums.
This, as government subsidies will expire at the end of the year. Blue Cross Blue Shield has proposed a 20% price hike. Patients may be priced out and opt out of coverage.
Really, what we're seeing is the cost at a family level for health insurance is going up and up. And at the same time, what we're seeing is financial support for nonprofit hospitals, critical access hospitals in rural communities is going down.
While Medicare, Medicaid, and affordable care is not disappearing, Arzubi also says the shutdown puts rural hospitals at risk, even as he continues to see patients hoping for a resolution.
This is not a Republican issue or a Democrat issue for politicians to continue to play sort of political football with our health care, I think is troubling at best.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
A Sheridan woman is headed to federal prison after illegally buying guns for her felon son, one of which was later used to kill a police sergeant. According to the Sheridan Press, 71-year-old Eileen Marie Hurley was sentenced to a year in federal prison for lying on federal purchase forms. Prosecutors say she bought 3 handguns and ammunition in 2022 for her son, William Lowry, despite knowing he was a violent felon. 2024, Lowry shot and killed Sheridan Police Sergeant Nevada Krinke before dying in a standoff. Authorities say the conviction should serve as a warning on straw gun purchases. The Beartooth Highway is shutting down ahead of a powerful blast of mountain weather. The Wyoming Department of Transportation says the scenic stretch will close Friday at noon, with forecasters calling for snow, high winds, even blizzard conditions through Saturday. Crews will reevaluate the road once the storm passes to decide when it's safe to reopen.
Now, things are pretty quiet over Beartooth Pass and the rest of the Absarokas and the Beartooths, the Bighorns as well, but it will be changing this coming weekend. We do have enough moisture outside to cause some rain showers, some isolated thunderstorms, but they're exiting our viewing area right now. More is coming our way over the next 48 to 72 hours. But today, still some delightful early autumn weather for us. Not too cold this morning. Had a mild low of 50 and above average high of 78 degrees. 12 degrees warmer than average. It was closer to a record high than the average high. However, we are going to have a little bit of a cool down tomorrow, and the much bigger changes as Saturday and Sunday get here with rain, colder air, and mountain snow. Your forecast coming up.
More Montana cities are lining up to host the state's new $26 million mental health facility. What looked like a done deal in the Billings Heights unraveled after public pushback, prompting the governor to restart the search. Now Laurel, Columbus, and Hardin are all making their case. Our Vanessa Willardson takes us to Bighorn County, where support seems to be growing.
There's so much land with here in the city of Hardin that has sewer, water hookups ready to go, streets that can be ready to put in.
Bighorn County is pushing hard for Hardin to be the location of the state forensic mental health facility.
I think we have the infrastructure and I think we have the land to build the facility.
The county has several possible locations for the facility, like these 9 acres of land next to the BIA Hardin Correctional Facility, or this plot here at the Hardin Industrial Park area.
These facilities require land, and we have the ability to leverage not only what the county has, but the county can do as far as possible purchases or working with private landowners to secure land.
County Economic Development and Housing Director Lawrence Kilsback says the state owes the county this facility, After the decline of coal production, jobs left the area and left a lot of people needing work.
I think we've earned it. I think we've earned it through our time as being the largest coal-producing county in the state and having to deal with the current challenges now and transitioning into some sort of different economic strategy.
Some county residents are telling Killsback they're worried about the mental health facility bringing danger to the neighboring communities.
There is some risk that comes with it, and you outweigh the positives with the negatives.
While Killsback says there have been some community concerns, one Hardin resident whose house overlooks this land says he welcomes the idea of a mental health facility.
Considering we already have the BIA prison here, as long as the security and stuff is the same or similar to what is already in place for the BIA, we should be okay with it.
Now they wait in hopes of an okay from the state. In Hardin, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.